who doesn't know what's going on. And we're going to listen to a little bit of Evil Thing. Sharpen up that bass again. Because I got to tell you, it's pretty funny. The bass player for Danzig, Glenn Danzig does vocals. The bass player's name is Erie Vaughn. and the drummer's name is Chuck Biscuits, or at least that's what they go by. So,
what's up, Chuck?
Let's listen to a little bit of Evil Thing, 90.3 WHPC.
Have you seen DJ Solero?
No, why?
Well, he was supposed to be here right now to tell everyone about his show, The Rare Groove Session, but I can't find him anywhere.
I'll look for him. Maybe he got something to eat.
Food? He went to get food? I mean, who can eat at a time like this?
Relax. I'm sure everyone can figure out when they can listen to the most incredible music from the 60s and 70s that they may not have heard before.
But what if they can't? What if they never figure out when the Rare Groove Session is on? What happens then, huh? I don't want to live in a world where no one knows about the Rare Groove Session.
Hey guys, ready to tell everyone about RGS?
DJ Solero, where the have you been?
I was getting something to eat.
How can you eat at a time like this?
What are you talking about?
Don't mind her. Go ahead and tell everybody when to listen.
Okay, whatever. So if you're looking for some mind-blowing music, check out the Rare Groove Session. Now at a brand new time, late Friday nights or early Saturday mornings, depending on how you look at it, starting at 1 a.m. on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Shake off the realities of the day, broaden your musical horizons, and embrace the diversity every Monday afternoon at 6 on Revelations. The show offers a potently unique collection of music with an emphasis on themes and rock rarities, an occasional tour de force of blues and soul, mixed with compelling sets of folk and folk rock. I'm Steve Kay, and I've got the perfect soundtrack for your drive home every Monday afternoon at 6 on Revelations, right here on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Coming up at 12 o'clock today, Sunday, Motormouth Radio, Ray Guarino, Joe D, talking about cars. And like I said, you don't have to know anything about cars to enjoy the show. People watch cooking shows, don't know how to cook. People watch those home repair shows, they don't know how to fix anything. So Motormouth Radio is the same thing. Think about it that way.
Blessing is a curse, seduction, and thirst is the hunger for burning inside. Take a little caution when you look my way.
I love seeing Joe headbang. I love it when he rocks back and forth. The ponytail shakes, his eyes roll around. It's pretty cool.
The eyes roll anyway.
Yeah, you definitely got that bassman thing going. It's cool.
It's just a natural reaction. I mean, how could you not?
Yeah,
I mean, how could you sit there?
I know.
Let's not go there, because next thing will be the Motormouth Rock and Roll Show, and that's not what they keep us around for.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that. But you know what? We're on our last segment. We're going to get to mop up a little bit. If you want to get a hold of us, 516.
Oh, you got the mop now. Okay.
Yeah, it's over here. Okay. 516-572-7440. Give us a call. We still got a little bit of time to talk, and then we can. We thank Bob O'Gorman from the Autolift.org.
Yeah, we're taking that class right.
Yeah, it is a safety thing.
That class. I'm getting that posted. There's a few people in a couple of the shops that I really want to show that to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I get scared sometimes. It's like, hey, Joey, come here. Look at it. No, I'm not.
We were sharing horrific lift stories before the show as we were talking about this. And everybody who's been in a shop or around a shop, has them. And the thing that scares me is a lot of people don't know that what they're doing or what they're working on is wrong. That's the scary part. I learned something just by looking.
They run away, yeah.
I learned something by looking at the Autolift site. They were talking about when the two-post lifts are installed, they use big lags and bolts. You can see the big nuts. Every year they recommend you go back and retorque those nuts. So my question is, if I didn't install it, what do you torque them to? Like, what's the spec? And it bears finding out. I guess if you have the lift now, if the guy installing it, if you ask him, like, what are you torquing those nuts? Torque, huh? Then you're in for some trouble.
300 duggers.
Yeah.
Oh, look, a flashy thing.
All righty. Hopefully,
cool.
Let's go back to the phones. Go back to the fun. We'll say hi. You're on the Motor Mouths.
Hey, this is Matco Man Brian. What's going on, guys?
Hey, how are
it's
you?
It's our favorite Matco guy. What's happening, Brian?
Hey, I just want to say that was an awesome interview. That listening to that is good stuff, and a lot of people don't realize the safety.
Yeah,
and, just in the last year, I've had 2 shops where the lifts actually pulled out of the ground.
No kidding.
Wow.
So, it's a big safety concern, and I think it's awesome that you guys show that stuff, and hopefully people take it to heart.
I hope so. Now, of course, we did get Bob from, I didn't get to talk about it, from Playing in Traffic. Lou Santiago had actually been up to a car show in Cortland, and Louis Lee, I think, set it up where Lou went to Bob's establishment, and he did a couple of training videos. He like a couple of, they're not long, I think just a couple-minute videos, not training videos, just safety videos for the Autolift org. Because
I was poking around the website, the Autolift website, and there's Lou's picture.
Right,
He's pointing at something.
Right.
And, I guess that's good to know. That videos is good for those of us who don't want to sit there and read a lot.
Well, that's it. Yeah, if you, and the reason they do that, and they were smart, because Lou is a very down-to-earth guy. He's a believable guy. And he's a guy people will listen to because they know he's in a shop as well. He's not just some suit that's walking through and spouting specs. So
yeah, it's true.
Like you, Brian, when you talk, people listen.
That could get you in trouble, but yeah, I appreciate it.
That's for sure.
Well, we know that.
That's right. If you know your stuff, you're worth listening to.
Hey, I mentioned to Joe earlier your special of the week with that bottle opener is really good. It's been jazzing me. Tell us about that. Tell us what's new with Matco Tools.
Hey, we just got like I said, we're gearing up for winter and getting stuff ready. We tried to change with the seasons and keep going. Unfortunately, I don't know what's really coming up at the moment. I have a regional meeting coming up, and they'll have the newest stuff out. So hopefully next week I'll have some new tidbits, and you can check it out on my Twitter account or Facebook.
Right.
Yep. Hey, Matco Man.
Hey, Matco Man.
Yeah. I got to say, I got to laugh when you say you're getting ready for winter, because just like our good friend Rob Leonard out there, I told you this Thursday night. Joe, not this Thursday, the Thursday before, Brian came on and he was clean shaven, had a mustache. And he's got a pretty, he had a Jerry Garcia beard going. It was pretty fit him. And now this week he came in, then he was clean shaven, right? This week he comes back, he's got a beard again. I'm like,
that was quick.
What, he glue it on? No,
are you, a chia pet?
No, it's like I said, like Rob Leonard, who's in the studio right across from us. The guy can grow a beard in a week.
Wow.
We're sitting there for months saying, hey, come on.
What I got on my face now took me since 1997. I mean, geez, come on.
Yeah, so when I think of you laying in for winter, I think, it's going to be hard. Wait a week. You get a beard, you'll be warm.
Yeah, seriously.
That's it.
And I'm sure, like I even said on Thursday night, I'm sure you got the nice woolly back hair to go with it, too, so you walk around without a shirt.
That's it.
That's the curse of a
certain genetics.
Middle-aged men, right? That's what happens. They said the hair grows where you don't want it and doesn't grow where you do. So
where you need it. Yep, that's true.
Exactly. But
he's got some good stuff on his Facebook page. The Mini Doctor. You got that old drain plug kit. Just kind of flipping through here real quick. Oh, look, there's that bottle opener and 10mm wrench.
That's a cool thing. Like I was telling Joe about it, and he goes, oh, yeah, everybody will have one of those, because who doesn't need a 10mm wrench or
and the bottle
Yeah, you guys just stay tuned and keep an eye in the mail there, Ray, okay? So,
okay, we'll do.
I'll hook you guys up, and everybody needs a 10,
well, you did your 8s and 10 thing a few weeks ago, right, with the sockets.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And since then, I've heard people say that like, I always need 8 and 10mm sockets. I guess I'm lucky. I don't typically lose tools. Maybe because I'm so nuts about, keeping an eye on them, and when they fall, I retrieve them right away. But
after a job, I always take attendance and put stuff back.
I need magnetic shoes so I can just put my foot under the car and click, click, get that socket.
Seriously.
Yeah, the newest thing now are the guys are leaving the lights with the magnets on under the car.
Yes.
And they forget to get them. And so when I drive home at night, I see the lights on. I think everybody's got ground effects on their car.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And next week, I always hear, I lost a light again. And I'm like, yep, I saw it going down the road.
And they're expensive.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, when I was working on that Grand National in the shop, I worked on it for like a month and a half. And, you're working on a car every day, you're coming back. And I found one day I was looking for the magnetic light. I'm like, where is it? And I raised the car, and I'd left it under the trunk floor. I'd shut it off, but that's where it was. I was like, oh boy, this is dangerous. I realized you could leave this thing. And when I was working on the Mustang, I had it up over that dash in a spot where you'd never see it.
Right.
Especially when the battery died,
Well,
So
there's a couple things. I mean, also like a lot of scan tools now have wireless dongles,
Right.
as opposed to cable. You know, there used to be that tag. As a matter of fact, I'm meaning to grab a few of these. That it used to say like remove before flight.
Yes.
Yeah, because between the wireless dongles, that little thing that used to grab the hood piston, so that way you could hold the gas truss and tighten that down. And now we have the cordless lights.
Yeah.
You want to have something. You want to have something hanging off it, so it reminds you. One of the guys at the shop, this guy, he's got a Greek flag hanging off of his. Never mistake that thing.
I tell guys to cut the old chargers and about 6-7 inches, and then plug it into that dongle, so that way it hangs down, and at least you see it, or at least the customer will say, "Hey, what's that hanging down under my dash?"
Oh, hang like a squirrel tail or something on it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. In the motorcycle world,
baby shoe.
Yeah, baby shoe. A brass one, so you hit your knee on it. Oh, years ago, they came out with this brake rotor lock. It's a disc brake lock that goes over the rotor. It's got a hardened pin that goes through it. So now that wheel can only rotate one rotation. I know a few guys who took off with it, and the idea was, so you don't forget it, what they did is they had an insert that went into the key, and it was a bright orange coiled thing that you'd bring up, and you'd loop it on your handlebar somewhere.
Right.
So when you got on a bike, you'd see that and say, oh yeah, take the disc lock off.
Right. Yeah, because there's a lot of cordless battery-powered tools these days. I mean, I'm sure it's great for sales, but well, let's face it, we got somebody should come up with that though, some kind of reminder thingy, like something legit rather than some of the perverted crap we just spouted. But
well, you got to be diligent, and I think
the charging cable thing is kind of cool.
I tell you one thing: seeing what those lights cost, I don't know the exact cost of the Maccos. I see the Snap-on prices. Once you lose one, I don't think you're going to lose two.
Right,
it's a hit.
But not only that, but like now you come into work the next day or Monday morning or whatever, you're looking for your light,
right?
And now you're sucking on your flashlight.
It's like, hey, what's Mr. Jones's phone number? I got to call him and have him come back here. We got to get under his car. Brian, do you sell a lot of lights? I know we talked about the battery powered stuff in general, but is lights?
I sell tons of lights. Tons.
Nice.
Yeah.
And some guys are on their 4th or 5th light.
Now, is that because they lost them or they burned them? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you think after one, I don't think I'd never lose two, but I guess some guys don't learn so quick.
Well, it depends on the shop, too.
And
if the shop is a
usually I get a stranger will knock on my door and say, "Hey, do you have a charger for this light?" And obviously they found it in the car.
Yeah. So. Say, no, but I can make you a great deal in this socket set here.
You need a charger? I can sell you a charger, but
it comes with an impact gun.
Yep.
All right, Brian, we got to wrap. We got to get out of here, so we appreciate you calling. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, awesome, guys. I love the show. And,
thank you.
I'll talk to you and be in touch.
Okay,
much appreciated.
Thanks a lot, bro.
Take care.
Yep, bye-bye.
All right, so long. All right, Joe, that was our good buddy Brian. The Matco Man, check him out on the social media platforms. He's a fantastic guy.
Hey, Matco Man there, yep.
Right. Mm-hmm. And next week, we have Dave Barton from Power Break. From Power Probe is back on again to talk more about Power Probe stuff.
Cool.
So he's going to do a follow-up with us, so we'll have him on next week.
I actually have to either write down or take pictures of the trouble. I've been using the stupid thing. I've been using the thing a lot.
Right.
And no use. I want to document it so we can have more fun with it.
Got it.
But in the meantime,
let's get out of here. Ray Guarino for Joe D. Motormouth Radio will be back next week.
On WHPC.